from the moment there is a mandate, a business analyst is required. So business analysis is very, very relevant in today's world, and it will always be relevant even in tomorrow's world.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lola Adenira. Today we'll be talking about business analysis, business analyst opportunities and career paths. We'll be talking about trends and business analysis. So stay tuned. Today I've got a very, very important guest, a very special guest and friend, in the name of Mr. Daniel Akimboni. Mr. Daniel, welcome to my channel. I call him my Oga, senior Oga. So, do you want to give us a quick introduction just about yourself?
Yeah, thank you for having me, Madam Lola. My name is Daniel Akimboni. I currently work as a consulting and senior business analyst in one of the energy and oil industry. And I've been a business analyst working in multiple different environments at different times for over a decade now. So yeah, and it's been a good journey, interesting and enjoyable. Thank you.
Great. That's a very good one. Great. We're going to be talking about business analysts, and some of the opportunities and trends that we've seen in recent times. And I think the first question really is just give us a quick overview of business analysis. I'm sure my viewers would love to hear about your experience, and then we can take it from there.
Yeah, thank you. Business analysis, I will say, in a nutshell, is the ability to see through, should I use the word, confusion and identify a way forward. So, in more professional terms, business analysis is being able to understand customer needs and identify a solution, and at the same time being able to guide certain people through implementing that solution.
Absolutely. That's really fantastic. We know a lot of people are going into business analysis, and it's key for them to understand what business analysis is about. So you said something about assessing needs, you talk about solution as well, and you talk about, I think, what the last part, which is change, and that's very key to business analysis. So 100% I agree. Just a follow-up question on that. We know that business analysis is solution focused. The business analysts create the solution. How the solution work for business analysts?
As a business analyst, you're not necessarily a solutions engineer. So you don't always have to come up with the final solution, but you have idea about what or how to resolve the problem. And this will be presented to the business as an advice, not as an instruction. It's more of an advice. Of course, you do your options analysis, which means you research into the different options to resolve the challenges and present to the business. The final decision will rest on them.
So business analysts do the research and present the solution for business to make informed decision. That's a very good one. So if you haven't watched my video on skills of a business analyst, role of a business analyst, please do watch. I'll put the link there. All right, so thank you for that. So let's go to the next question, which is about what is the relevance of business analysis in organizations?
Wow, that's actually one question that has been a core challenge to a lot of organizations, simply because from the beginning of a project, quite a number of businesses, except those who really understand the importance of a business analyst, they want to engage the project manager, they want to engage a developer. Unfortunately, these are people that actually cannot and will not be able to articulate the business needs effectively. So the relevance of a business analyst in an organization cannot actually be quantified. It's crucial, and every organization that is implementing change knows that. It doesn't matter what the aspect of changes. It could be in HR, it could be in finance, it could be in business processes. Whatever the journey is, any company, any organization implementing change needs a business analyst, and usually from the inception or conception of that decision. I won't even use the word project. Even before it becomes a project, from the moment we call it mandate, from the moment there is a mandate, a business analyst is required. So business analysis is very, very relevant in today's world, and it will always be relevant even in tomorrow's world.
Yeah, I agree to that. Will always be relevant. And you mentioned something about change. Every company that is implementing change, you always need a business analyst. So that's a very good one. So
Yeah.
we've mentioned that business analysis is called across organizations, IT, finance, healthcare, and all industries. So let's talk about the role of a business analyst. What's the general overview of the role of a business analyst?
The fundamental role of a business analyst, we use the word elicit right now. Back in the days, you'll say gather requirement, but the role has moved from gathering to eliciting. That doesn't mean you don't gather, you still gather. So that is the fundamental story about the role of a business analyst, to gather, to elicit requirements and kind of analyze it, to look into what are the areas, for improvement and what are the improvements required. But when you look at it as when you're employed as a business analyst, you also need to understand that each organization can have a modification to that journey. So you can't sit back and say, oh, this is the beginning and the end of my role as a BA. The role of a
Yeah.
BA is very dynamic.
Mm. I agree 100% because sometimes organizations hire business analysts, but then they do the role of a PM, then they do the role of data analyst. So these different roles are kind of interwoven. So let's talk about the different roles that are associated with business analysis. Let's look at project management as a whole. You have project managers, you have business analysts, you have data analysts, you even have data engineers and all that. What are the relationship between them? What ties them together?
Thank you. I will say at a junior level, you may find the business analyst is more closer to the business in engaging the business to understand their needs. And then with the PM, the data analysts, the developers, it's more of just informing them, and they are kind of giving more guidance. And so the primary one will be a bridge. But as you go higher in the journey, you become, I would say, the pivot that actually makes the project move along. Because as a business analyst, you're understanding the business language, you're having an understanding of the IT guy, understanding of the project manager, giving project manager an insight into what is happening, what's going to happen, how long is it going to take. So the business analyst is more of a central person that actually connects all the dimensions of project delivery together. So it's important for a business analyst to understand that they make everything work. So researching, communication, and the language.
That's very vital. That's very key. They make everything work. You're like the machine, making everything connect together. That's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Great. So, how do business analysts contribute to organizational success?
Now, the way a business analyst contributes to the organization is literally, if you put it in a very direct format, it's adding value to a business productivity. Now, let me break that into one or two areas. Number one, as an example, the process, the business processes. A business analyst can help identify areas where the processes are repetitive and can be, should I use the word, can be minimized. The data collection is excessive, can be reduced. Now, that does not even involve IT. It's just about the operation. A business analyst can also look at process in terms of introducing technology and say, okay, this area we can add IT, we can automate, and all those kind of things. So the way a business analyst add value to a business is more of productivity, and it's all about engaging the business, fishing out what needs to be improved and how it can be improved.
So business analyst is vital to the success of an organization, and that
Yeah,
is why that role will continue to be relevant
it will.
even in years to come. So let's talk about career paths and business analysis, because I know there are a lot of people that are interested in starting a career in analysis.
Yeah,
And what we've seen recently is there are lots of career paths. It is no longer sufficient just to say that I'm a general BI. There's a lot of specialism even in business analysis. So tell us about the career paths in business analysis.
I would say actually the career path for a business analyst has improved over the years now. As we all know, improvement is change, and with change comes its challenges. What are the challenges that makes it? I mean, what are the benefits of these challenges? The challenge is the ability to fit into different aspects, but the challenge is you need to be ready to improve your skill set. As you said, you cannot be a general BA, which is what it used to be. I'm a BA and it doesn't matter the organization, you just go in and you don't even have a good understanding of the language. But now, as a business analyst, because you're expected to give an idea of the solution, you need to kind of be able to say, I'm specialist in process. I'm a process business analyst, or a Salesforce business analyst, a Microsoft business analyst. So understanding of a tool or a process. I work in HR, I'm specialized with HR. I work in the medical industry and I'm specialized. That doesn't mean you still cannot cross, because the fundamental skills is the same. The only difference is the ability to understand the industry language and provide solution.
Great, that's a very good one. I know there are a lot of different areas that you can master, but I think for those that are just starting their career path in business analysis, you first be like a general BI. You're doing
Yeah,
everything, but I think as you begin to progress, you begin to find your fit. So you've
yeah,
mentioned a lot. You've mentioned HR. You've mentioned Salesforce. You've mentioned even finance. You've mentioned healthcare, and I know there is another one that is trending now, robotics, Blue
yeah.
Prism. So there's a lot of areas that people can begin to find their feet and say, I'm a master in this. So how do people find their feet into the different dynamics, specialism that business analysis offers?
Hmm. That's a very, very interesting question. And I'm sure that's a question every starting BA would want to ask. Because if we say you cannot be a general BA, then it's like, do I have to be a specialist in Microsoft, or do I have to work in the banking industry to get into the banking industry? The answer will be no. You don't have to be a specialist for a start, but there is a need to understand the fundamental role as a BA, which is become a bridge. You are bridging, once you understand, you are bridging between the technical team and the business. Their languages will be different. Once you have that understanding, you can get in. But progressing is all about, okay, which industry do I find myself more in tune to interact
Mhm.
with? I mean, using myself as an example, I worked in housing. It was really fun, but I found the language and the focus of that industry was not something that actually should I gets me excited. Worked in the public industry, and I did enjoy all of them. But working within the sales force, the oil and gas, you realize the vastness of some of this industry that from outside you don't understand it. When you get in, you realize, oh my God, I love this. I love providing solution. And then you begin to improve yourself in that area. So if you're starting and you don't have any specialization, that's okay. Just get
Yeah,
into anyone you can and build yourself up.
that's a very good one. And I think it's important to say that because business analytics has to do about finding, helping organizations to find solutions. So you can't provide a solution for something that you don't know anything about, right?
Yeah,
So there's still a bit of you trying to find out what is this about. So if you're talking about Salesforce now, you need to know about Salesforce to a degree. Is that
yeah,
right to say? So
Yeah.
I think the questions are how far do I need to know about Salesforce? How far do I need to know about Microsoft Dynamics? So can you help us with that? How far do I need to
Yeah.
learn everything?
You you will know that there is no way one person can know everything. As they say, jack of all trade, master of none. Salesforce on its own is very vast. Microsoft is vast. You have Azure DevOps, you have Jira, and so many other tools across the globe, that you can be a specialist on. But that doesn't mean, as a BA, it doesn't mean you need to be so technical that you can, except you grade higher in the role,
Yeah,
becoming a product manager or something. But as a
yeah,
BA, what you need to know is number one, fundamental of those tools. How do they work?
yeah,
What can they provide and
yeah.
how?
What are the growth opportunities for business analysts?
I would say there are many opportunities for a business analyst to grow in any industry they find themselves. There used to be a time we thought as a BA you can't be a PM, but now with agile methodology, you can actually move from becoming a BA to an agile PM, because you find out in some industries as an agile PM, you're still doing some analysis, but then you're now managing people instead of the traditional PM, which is just documenting processes. So as a business analyst, you can become a product owner, whereby you understand the product so well, you're now not just recommending solution, you're also guiding the depth of delivering the solution and having a more strategic view of the product. You can choose to veer into becoming a developer. You can become an engineer, a product engineer, data analyst, which is not exactly a business analyst. That means you're specialized on understanding, analyzing, and developing data dashboards, reports. You have system engineer, you have developers, you have product manager, you have change manager, actually even up to the level of a change director. So the list is endless. It's up to you
Endless.
what you think makes you, jump out of bed. So because you're a BA, you have good grounds with understanding the business, at the same time understanding this product. So you can actually delve into any area you want if you apply yourself well enough.
And because you would have worked with them so much, so you understand what their role is about, and you can
Mhm.
then select which one you want to go. So the latest trends as of this year is that there's been a lot of organizations adopting new trends, latest trends, such as adoption of agile methodologies, even digital transformation, and also organizations are making data-driven decisions. So how do business analysts thrive and be able to meet up with latest trends? What are the skills that a business analyst should have?
Okay, I will say as a business analyst, your skills can always improve. You don't need to have everything to start. I'm saying that just for those who are probably new in it and don't want to make it scary. But as you go deeper into the game, you need to remember good communication skills, when you're doing your presentation, whether you're going to use PowerPoint slide or whiteboard or digital whiteboard. So communication is very important. Analytical skills, and that's me literally just to be able to see through information and identify questions. What is happening? Why is it happening? What are we going to do with it? Then data analysis is also important. You don't need to be a data expert, but the ability to say, okay, these are the reasons we're making this decision. So it's not necessarily about mathematics and figures, it's all about the justification for a decision. There are so many of them. When you talk about the agile methodology, it's literally the ability to coexist with developers without trying to force a decision on them, being able to take ideas from them, share ideas with them, share with the business. Agile is an opportunity to engage the team without being overly intrusive in their skill set, but understanding them. So communication, people skills are interwoven. You also have data, something like ability to solve problems. So definitely, problem solving is not always about the business problem. It could just be getting through a stakeholder. So you have stakeholder management, and quite a number of them, stakeholder management, understanding the trends to resolving stakeholder conflicts. The different business analyst methodology that helps you prioritize requirements. Those are the key skills you need.
Wow, that's great. That's a lot there. What's your advice for those that are just stepping their foot into business analysis?
My number one advice would be, do not be discouraged about the number of people going in, because it's easy to hear this term. Oh, a lot of people are in it, so it's going to fall apart. No, business analysis is not going to fall apart. What you need is to understand what trend, as was said earlier on, technology is taking the lead. So when you become a BA, try to get your foot into technology related, you know, environment. Even if it's about process re-engineering, it will involve some level of IT. You don't need to be an IT expert. So don't be discouraged. Just be ready to apply yourself and understand the primary requirements: communication skills, people skills, and understanding of the domain. Yeah.
That's domain. Yeah, that's good. Domain knowledge is very key. So that's a very good one. So thank you very much, Mr. Daniel, for having
Thank you.
you. I think we've been blessed. We've been blessed by your wealth of experience.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next show. Bye.
Thank you for having me. Bye bye. Bye.
Bye bye. So if you want to start a career in business analysis, as you've heard from Mr. Daniel, there are loads of opportunities in business analysis. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe so you can get to watch a lot of interesting videos. I'll see you in my next video.